start again. It's a rich thing.
What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about breaking up with somebody. Like, yo, we go through different stages when it comes to breaking up. Like, men and female both have their own stages. Today I'm going to be talking about my breakup story. So me and my oldest son's father was together for 6 years. So we were together from the time that I was 19 to the time that I was 26. We had our son when I was about 21 years old. And not to mention, me and him were high school best friends. So we were best friends for years before we even thought about getting together. I think 9 times out of 10, that's normally how it happens. Best friends turn into BF friends, and then the relationship comes. So, we had been together for 6 years. We broke up because I was snooping through his phone, and I seen that day he had messaged a female saying, "You gonna let me get a quickie?" I don't want y'all in my comment section saying that's no reason to break up, but there was more to it, okay? And I'm gonna save that story for another day. But it was more to it, and that was just pretty much my final straw. I was so infuriated. I was so mad. I think when I said I'm done, like, I reacted off of anger, but I was really like, to be honest, I think that me and him were at the point in our relationship where we were only together because of our son. And do you guys know how it feels to be with somebody and you don't want to, like, you love them, but you don't really want to be in that relationship? So I don't know if him sending the message kind of helped me, say it was over, but I just knew it had to be over. When I did finally tell him, I sent him a text message like, "I'm just done with you. I can't do this anymore, and I don't want to be with you. I can't take you lying to me anymore, and I don't know what you've been doing." I just knew he was cheating with whoever, because who really sends a text message to a girl asking for a quickie if, one, y'all have never done it before, or two, y'all don't talk to each other like that? Anyways, why is he talking to a female? So, the first day he spent the whole day, not the night, but the whole day away from the house. I was at home. I remember doing laundry, and I was just, when you get that bad feeling in your stomach, like, yo, this is really it. Like, are we really breaking up? Are we really breaking up? That's all I could think. So are we really breaking up? Like, we got our son. How we gonna raise him? What we gonna do? We gotta get different places. I was just like, how are we gonna do this? Like, how is life supposed to work? Because it's been me and him for all these years. Like, how are we supposed to co-parent? What's that? Throughout the whole time, he was texting me, saying, "Can we talk?" And I'm just like, "No, I'm done with you. I don't want to talk to you." And yada yada yada. But I really do wish back then I would have talked to him, not to get back together, but just to talk, because I didn't want to talk to him. I was so mad that it was it. Like, yeah, I was disgusted. And when you to the point where you disgusted with somebody, you don't want to talk to them. I got so stressed out, yeah. I got so stressed out, and mind you, I'm already small. I got so stressed out that I lost some weight. I remember looking bad. I looked bad. I was crying all the time. I was in the shower crying. I was in bed crying. Every time he came in and left, I cried. I've never been through anything like that before. So after a while, I think he seen that I was ignoring him. And so what he did was he started ignoring me. Like, we would walk past each other like we didn't even see each other, like we didn't even know each other. So after a while of doing that, I'm like, so this man really gonna walk past me like he don't see me? And I think I would start wearing clothes just to get his attention. It'd be times where he'd be in the house and I would just leave looking nice, like I'm really going somewhere and I ain't going nowhere, just so he could think I'm going somewhere. I know y'all done it before. Y'all done it before. We were broken up but still living in the same house because both our name was on the lease. So I know like a few weeks had went by and like I wanted some. Y'all know it's I wanted some nookie. And I wasn't talking to nobody, so he was the only person that I could get it from. So I sent him a random text message saying, can I get some? And I don't know what he was doing. I wasn't thinking about that. But he immediately, responded yes, and we did whatever that night. Now, after that, he started messaging me. We were messaging back and forth. I think we were doing that for like a good week, and I'm like, what are we doing, And he's like, I think that we should start over as friends. Friends? To me, that was a smack in the face. Like, we have a child together. Friends? Where? When? So, like I said, immediately, that was like a smack in the face to me. And I'm like, no, like, what? What? No, we cannot start off as friends. You know what? We might as well just not do anything at all. I'm not going to sit around waiting for you. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And like, at that moment, I started to feel like I was the one trying to fix us. Like, I had done something. It wasn't me. It was him. So why do I have to make stuff right? So at that moment, I'm not doing this with him. I'm not playing any of these games with him. Like, I'm just gonna have to let this go. Which is weird, you guys, because towards the end of the relationship, I didn't want to be there. And I think I had to come to my senses, really, that it wasn't him that I was sad about. It was the memories, it was the promises, it was our time. Like, I felt like it was wasted. So being in a long-term relationship, many memories, so many promises to each other, so much time wasted, that you don't want to do that again, but you have to. It took me a while to understand. It took me a while to get it that I didn't have to be with him. Like, when you with that person, that's all you can think about. You can't picture being with somebody else, but you were with somebody else before them, and you will be with somebody else after them, Like, I don't know. So I stopped messaging him unless it was about our son. Stopped talking to him in the house unless it was about our son. There was no way that I can act like everything was normal when it wasn't. So I did keep to myself for a while. I didn't really talk to him. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Like, I just stuck to myself. I stayed in the room. I kept it low for a while. Like, so a few days went by and he left his book bag downstairs. And I was curious of what was in there. So I did go through his bag and I seen like a bag full of Magnum condoms. And I'm like, oh yeah? So I poked some holes into one of them, and I hope he does not watch this video, but I poked some holes into one of them. I'm like, oh, he wanna fuck around. Hopefully he gets the next bitch pregnant. She turned out to be a living hell. And I put it right back in his book bag. And I think 30 minutes had went by and I'm like, nah. So I went back downstairs to go get that condom and I threw it away. So I'm like, he's obviously fucking other people. He got condoms, not one, not two, but like 20 of them. So no lie, like I felt some type of way because I felt like his stuff was still mine, It wasn't even a whole month. And he was out fucking. I had one of his phones that still had his email attached to it. And I don't know if you ladies or men know, you can track where the person is on that phone. So I used to every now and then look on that phone to see where he went. And a few times he was at the hotel. And I'm not gonna lie, this one time my crazy ass drove to a hotel to see if he would come outside with a female. And I was out there for like 5 minutes. Then I'm like, I definitely look crazy. I didn't care, but after a while I did. And I ended up going home. When I did get home, it was at that moment that I realized that my time was being invested on what he was doing instead of what I should be doing. And I don't think I was completely, like before, I wasn't completely over the idea of us being apart. But when I did get home that day, like I think I finally logged out of the account so I wouldn't be able to track him at all. And I stopped snooping through his phone. I stopped going through his bag. I just stopped thinking about what he was doing. And I started focusing on me. And, you know, I at that time, I was dressing nice. I started noticing people. I started noticing when people were looking at me. Because before, my eyes were just for him, so I didn't really look at everybody else. I started going on dating websites. I started to date. And I think I ran across somebody on a dating website that I used to go to school with. And we were talking for a while, and I didn't really want to be in a relationship, so I was talking to them not to be in a relationship, but for my sexual needs, you know? And so which I don't think he knew that. I did spend the night at his house, and I don't know if my ex was feeling some type of way about that, because he messaged me like, oh, so I guess you doing you now, huh? And I'm like, yeah, you know, ain't that what we doing? So he started to pay attention to the fact that I was going out more, I was doing more things, I was messaging, I was always in my phone. And he tried to message me, oh, can we go out? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I'm like, no, you know, I don't think we should do that. It's gonna mess up how things are. No, I don't think we should. No. And it's kind of weird how the stages are for men and female, because us females, we go through the stage where we're shocked, and then we're shocked because it's like, is this really happening? And then we go through denial, like, nah, it's not happening. And then we try to get the man back. Like, we go through the stages where we're so sad that we start to cry, and then we're mad at the person because everything doesn't go how we want it to go. And then when we finally get to that point where, you know what, I'm over this, we start looking good, we start talking to people, we move on. Whereas the men, it's kind of backwards, because when they first get single, it's like they get that fresh piece of air, they happy, oh, I'm single, there's ladies out here, I'm single. So they start talking to this person, fucking that person, you know, doing this and that, dodging whoever they was with, you know, dodging their ex. And then when they see that they're moving on, they're like, maybe, hold on. I thought she was gonna be sad for a little bit longer. Hold on. Maybe we should get back together, because I don't want her with anybody else. So they try to get back with you. You like, nah. So they sad. They like, damn, I fucked up. I should have tried. Yada, yada, yada. But it's so different. Like, it's crazy how our stages of a breakup go backwards. Like, we go from sad to good, and the men go from good to sad. You know, it's weird. At first, I ain't gonna lie, like, I was at that point where I'm like, I don't ever want to be with anybody. I don't want to love nobody. I don't want to yada, yada, yada. And, like, I'm happy that we did break up, because I vowed to myself that I would never be with somebody just because I have a kid with them, just because of memories, because someone could put you through but so much before you finally let them go. And I'm happy that we did break up, because now I know who I am as a woman. Now I know what I want. Now I have that little bit of experience, and I know what I won't tolerate and what I will, you know. The breakup did teach me a lot about me and about him. And here we are years from now, and he's just like, I really wish I would have tried harder than I did. I really wish I would have tried harder. stuff would have went different, you know. And we're okay right now. We co-parent fine. But I couldn't see myself back in a relationship with him. I think we were and are better off as friends. Sometimes you shouldn't get in a relationship with your best friend. Sometimes you guys are better off as friends, you know? I don't know. But I hope someone can relate to this video. Let me know down below about your experience with someone that you've broken up with, or a breakup that you're currently going through. Breakups are not easy, and as you guys can tell, it has its ups and downs and lefts and rights, and you never know. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.